Hello, 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 my wonderful people, my happy community. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are watching us from today. I want to appreciate you, my viewer, you that is always doing the needful to support this channel. Be blessed, and may every good thing happen to you wherever you may be. Now let us run into the topic of the day, or the subject that we are going to look at. Okay, now we're going to see the subject in this beautiful day. As a matter of fact, the weather is so bright and sunny, so it's quite awesome. The topic we're going to discuss, why enjoying this amazing day and the wonderful day we have, is a topic that says being intentional with life. Being intentional with life. I know also that most of the people that are my subscribers and supporting this channel are Africans, okay? And I have to be intentional towards the goal and the objective of this channel, which is to educate, to share views and opinions that may be timely, and in helping people to have solution to one or two things they are, encountering in life. So, how do one become intentional with life? I will give one example. The reason why you see many Africans have lots of children, they give birth to a whole lot of children, is this belief, religious belief, that it is God that trains children. And many Africans have the opinion that God is the one that raises children. It's funny, right? It's absolutely funny indeed. For one to, have such a belief, it's such a mindset that it is God that raises children. It is God that trains the children. That means he removes his or her responsibility away from himself and transfers it to God. What an irony of life. I think this is just a new resort, says the bride resort is a new one in our community. All right, let's get down to discussing what we want to discuss regarding being intentional with life. Many couples in Africa, or many intending couples, people who want to go into marriage, they have this belief that it is God that trains children. And because of that, the responsibility, the intention, the goals, and the objectives of raising a family, typically they see themselves not accepting the responsibilities that goes with not just getting married, not just giving birth to children, but being intentional about raising these kids. And that is why you see a whole lot of mistakes we make. A man and a woman, after getting married, they give birth to children, and the man, off he goes. Travels in a faraway country, goes to reside on his own in the name of looking for greener pastures. There are a whole lot of reasons which I will not want to go into in this video. But then, the question is, you need to be intentional with every aspect of your life, not just in marriage. Now, that's why you see many people in marriage, they give birth to children. They just continue giving birth to kids and children without having even any plan for these children. It's quite very sad that such a thing is happening in this 21st century still. People give birth to 4 children, 5 children, 6 children, even those who don't have anything practical doing.
6 children.
Even those who don't have any means of livelihood. But they are busy bringing forth children with the intention, or rather with the belief, that it is God that will raise these children. It's a sad story because this is why you see poverty is on the increase. That's why you see many hardships and hard times and difficulties and challenges facing many people in Africa, facing families, all right? But then, if one is informed and one is ready to be intentional with life generally, including parenting, then you have to realize that it is your responsibility to plan even before the children comes, how you want to raise these kids. The resources have to be planned. The school have to be planned. And everything that you intend to do with your family has to be intentional. Meaning you don't, life does not happen by accident. Life does not happen by accident. All right? You have to plan. You have to set down goals and objectives. Families have to plan even their finances. In that way, do not be caught up in between so many things that is affecting their keeping the ideal family that which we ought to have. Because if the family is well planned and children are raised accordingly, given quality education or given the opportunity to acquire skills, then you will realize that there will be a limited number of challenging times families will be facing. That being said, let us move to the next point, which might be looking at being intentional with time. We have talked a lot about time, and we have established the fact that time wasters are life wasters. Because if you appreciate time and being intentional with time, you wouldn't allow any minutes, even any seconds, to pass by you in a day without putting it into good use. All right? Without putting it into good use. You will want to, know how to handle such situation whereby you don't allow time to be wasted. You don't allow time to be slipping by you without putting time into use and into being a commodity, an asset that you will use to produce or reinvent yourself. Now look at a view ahead of us. A typical way the cows are being kept or taken out for grazing. Yeah? I'm trying to make my camera to be steady so I can have a view. These are cows ahead of there going on grazing. Yeah? A typical way to keep them over here in Rwanda. So let's proceed. So, if you are intentional with your time, you would know that you will never allow the hours, the seconds of the day to slip by you without knowing what to do with them. You have to ensure that every minute, every second, every 24 hours that makes up a day is put into maximum use. So that at the end of the day, you have something to be happy for. You have something to account for each day, how your time has been utilized. You have to be intentional with your education. At this time, in this contemporary age we are, most of us in Africa, why I'm saying Africa is we are looking at the problems inherent among us. We have to be intentional and understand that many systems of education found in many countries in Africa is already obsolete, has already expired. It is no longer relevant. Remember our topic, being intentional with life. When you have an awareness that our educational system or curriculum is already obsolete, means it's no longer in tandem with what is needed in this time, this age. Skill acquisition is become the best option for most of the people. Skill acquisition. You have to know what you have to do with the type of education that will give you an advantage. A type of education that will enable you to become useful to the society. A type of education that will enable you to provide immediate solutions to the problems surrounding us. All right? We have to be raising more plumbers. We have to be raising more technicians. We have to be raising more engineers. We have to be raising more coders. We have to be raising more IT giants. We have to be raising individuals that have something doing that can keep them independent from over-relying on the government to provide for them. It is a mindset that needs to change. There is need to change this paradigm that government has to do everything. You have a responsibility over your life, if you're intentional, to know what is good for you, to know what you want to do with your life. Let me tell you the honest truth here. Many people don't even know what to do with their lives. We have discussed a little bit of this in our previous videos. Many do not know what to do with their lives. They do not know how to explore themselves. They do not know how to look inwards and see the potential that they have that ought to be reinvented or given birth to and used for the good of themselves and for the people and for the community where they find themselves. People are so much dependent. All right? Mentality of this mentality of it is my right. It is my right. A kind of my right kind of mentality. You know, that's a beautiful place there. Quite beautiful. Just being almost completed. Wow, amazing. Yeah? So, people have this mindset that always think that someone else have to provide for them. Someone else have to cater for them. You know, the mindset of always wanting to receive without having to give. That is a wrong mindset. We have to build capacities by ourselves. If the government do not provide, work towards providing for yourself. All right? It's very common to see these excuses here in Africa. Many people do not know that life is dynamic. Life is not static. And since life is not static, you don't need to allow your life to be static. You have to move with the flow of life. You have to move. Take, for instance, the pandemic situation. It rendered many people jobless. It crashed and crushed many businesses. But still, you don't need to mourn the losses that we incurred with what you cannot control. But rather, you have to find a way to reinvent yourself and move forward. Yeah. Now, we are faced with the global recession. I made a video, how to survive a global recession. You know, go check it out. Yeah. We all have a responsibility to build our lives. Yeah. No one else have such a responsibility of building your life. Remember, I will try to keep our videos very short. So we are expected to be intentional with every area of our lives. in education, in building families, in doing your business. You have to be intentional with your business. There is another limiting belief that we have among our African brothers and sisters here, that always the mindset that somebody is doing me. When people are failing in business, they want to apportion blame to someone else. But if the person, he or she, has been able to train himself or herself of being intentional with even that business he or she is doing, so we know that that will enable you to build a system to have an accountability, a form of accountability in that business. How do you spend your money, the money in your business? What is your capital? What is your expenditure? What is your daily expenses? What is your daily profit? What and what and what? You have to check everything to know, am I really having a good bookkeeping of accounts? Am I really keeping the accounts record of this business, of this, my little business I'm meant to manage? The problem is, if you cannot keep a record of your daily income and daily expenses, then how would you know when you have started tampering with the capital of your business? These are very sad stories we are seeing over here in Africa. People, they will just see the business. Oh, I'm making business. Oh, I'm making money. Oh, I'm opening shop every day. Oh, I'm doing this or that. And then they continue to spend the money that they have not even worked for. Or rather, they are unable to give an account of it. And before you know it, they have tampered with your capital. And then the next thing is they are saying, oh, witches and wizards, and they are after me now. My business is falling. And then they begin to limit themselves. Why? They failed to take an absolute responsibility to account and keep a record of the businesses they are doing on a daily basis. So, I will end it today, okay? Possibly tomorrow on the next one. We'll continue on this subject, because it's a little bit, we have to go a little bit elaborate to for us to get something out of what we're discussing. So please let me know what you think about this subject, being intentional with life. All right? We're going to be looking at it more in the next one. Thank you for watching. Kindly remember to give us your subscription. You like the video, give us a thumbs up. Comment. Remember, your opinion is the most important thing in these things we are doing. Give us your opinion, give us your feedback, and then we will learn with you. We are learning together as a people, yeah? So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the views, and I hope you have a beautiful day ahead. Shalom. See you again soon. Bye.